requesting a social media management tool, I would advise you to use the features that are already in like these social media platforms like Facebook, that's Meta, Twitter, there's a scheduling feature. The one platform that doesn't have a scheduling feature is LinkedIn. So you can use those in the meantime while you're looking at the social media management tools and their rates the and their features, what you get from each and every package before, you know, while you're still growing your online presence. Then we have Google Workspace. So Google Workspace is a custom email for your business. So let's say you have a business. It's called SusanKarama.co.ke. That's maybe the website, the the domain name. So if I when so what Google Workspace ideally does, you create a custom email. Then from there you get collaboration tools like the Gmail calendar, the Meet. You have Chat, you have Drive, you have Docs, you have Sheets, which is like Excel for Google. Then you have the slides. So this is ideal in you when you're coming up with content. When the Google Sheets is ideal when you in measurement and analytics. So the Docs is ideal maybe when you it's like it's like Microsoft Office for Google, but it has some few other features. So these, I'd say these are like the ones you need when you're starting out. Canva is free, but you can upgrade to a pro version. That costs money also, but the free version has a lot of features and it's ideal for when you're starting out. It's very ideal for when you're starting out. So these are like the three main things you need for social media marketing. The three main tools you need. You need Canva for the designs. You need a social media management tool because if you say you'll be doing a design then posting can be overwhelming and it can also take up a lot of your time. So then you need the Google Workspace just to plan around content and just to have some organization around your social media content. Then we have the SEO tools. For SEO tools, we have quite a number. So here, the vital ones, it's the Google Console. Once you design your website, maybe via WordPress or you can code it. Google Console it's a free service that's offered by Google that helps you monitor, maintain, and troubleshoot your site's presence in the Google search results. So this mostly helps you understand where you stand in terms of these search engines. Where does your website stand in terms of the search engines? And it also gives you like direction on what you're supposed to be working on in terms of like SEO, what needs to be fixed on your website, what needs to go, what needs to be adjusted. Then you have Google Analytics. So Google Analytics, it's a web analytics service that provides statistics and basic analytical tools for SEO, for search engine optimization and marketing purposes. So Google Analytics is very vital also. So it's mostly measurement and analysis of the performance of your website. So let's say you started out, you've designed your website, you finished designing your website, you've gone live, it's online. You want to see how it's performing, how many people are visiting the website, what kind of devices are they using to visit the website. Google Analytics is a tool that you need. So the next tool you need is the keyword research tools. So keyword research tools, we have quite a number. So we have Moz, we have Ubersuggest, we have RF, we have Answer the Public, we have SEMrush. So all these tools are very different. They all offer keyword research and also they all offer keyword research. So, but some they're different in terms of like maybe let's say RF offers keyword research, and it also offers competitor analysis, and also helps you understand the kind of keywords your competitors are using. So there are very many keyword research tools. It's for you to go and Google them and understand which one will help you in what effort, in what SEO effort. So those are like I'd say those are like the three main tools. Then for SEO, so Google Console, just to help you understand your site presence in the search engine, how understand if there's any issues, if there are any fixes you need to do. Then you have Google Analytics to measure your performance, to understand what you need to adjust, what needs to be worked on. Then we have keyword research tools um, for helping you with keywords, because search engines are mostly about keywords, because you type in maybe a particular keyword to find maybe a particular service or product or definition. So research tools are very vital also. So those are like the three main SEO tools, but we'll dive more into SEO tools down the line. So right now we can look at maybe the content marketing tools. So content is always king in digital marketing, as I said before. So there are a few tools that you need for content marketing. So one is Grammarly. You need Grammarly because it enables a user to proofread and edit documents for grammar and checking spellings, and it's vital for copywriting. So Grammarly is very important as a tool. Then you have Trello. This is another ideal tool for keeping track of the tasks and project and also project management. So for more organization, I definitely advise for you to use Trello. So maybe you're doing social media content, you're also doing blog content, there's SEO you're doing at some point. So Trello like really helps with that. So you can just divide the task and also the action steps according to how you want to do them. Then we have the sites for like for sourcing your images for your content, because images are very important, and it's not you won't always take a peek for content for your social media platforms. So for the images you need there are three tools I use. So I have Pixabay. Pixabay, it's very ideal because it offers images, it offers illustrations, it offers animation, and it's free. Then you have Pexels. Pexels is also very ideal. It's nice, and also we have Freepik. So if you want to source any image for your designs for either social media or blog content or anything of that nature, these are the tools you need. So Quillbot AI. So Quillbot basically it plays the same role as Grammarly, but it's an AI, so it can do more things than Grammarly. So you can relate your content and all that. So yeah, it's also very important. Then for email marketing, so email marketing, the best email marketing tool is MailChimp, because MailChimp, and also it's very ideal if you're starting out with email marketing. Then we have the next thing we're going to cover is the search engine optimization tools. So I've looked at the main SEO tools you need for SEO, but diving a little bit deeper. So as I said, SEO's activities you do to make a site better for search engines and also for better ranking. There are different types of SEO. So we have technical SEO. The technical SEO, it's more of your page speed, the responsiveness of the page. It's mostly, yeah, that's what technical SEO means: the page speed, the responsiveness, how is your website performing on mobile, how is it performing on a desktop. Those are like the technical SEO aspects. Then you have on-page SEO. So on-page SEO, it's the meta description, the keywords that you're using, the links that you're using on the website. So that's basically the that's on-page SEO. Then you have off-page SEO. We have local SEO, so we have e-commerce SEO and also content SEO. So all there are different there are different aspects of like SEO. Maybe you can go through them on your own time and just understand what they mean and what they do. So I'd advise the best resource to learn about SEO in depth is Search Engine Journal. So they have guides, they have a blog post, so you can keep up with the trends in SEO right now. Currently, you can start from the beginning and understand SEO from the beginning. So Search Engine Journal, I'd advise. It's for me, I find it very helpful when it comes to SEO. So, like I said, with different types of SEO, we have different types of tools, obviously, so that a business can use to optimize SEO. So I mentioned the keyword research tools, that's the Ahrefs, Buzzsuggest, SEMrush. Then you have Moz, then you have Answer the Public, you have Google Trends. So these are the most common and also the most ideal, I'd say. So if you're starting out on keyword research, just these are the tools that maybe I'd advise you to use. So we also have the schema markup generator. So this tool helps search engines understand your website content better. So what schema markup generator does in layman's terms is translate the content on your website for the search engines so that they can understand how to rank your website or how to index it. So that's what the schema markup generator basically does. You can read on it, you can Google on it later. Then we have Google Analytics. So as I mentioned before, it gives you a whole range of data for your website. So it helps you understand what you can improve on, because you can't improve on what you don't know. So it's a very important tool. For SEO, there are so many tools you can use for SEO, but I just highlighted maybe the main ones. So you can Google on SEO tools and you can see maybe that I'm very sure there are other tools I've left out for the different types of SEO. So you can just go through them on your own time. But these are like the main tools for SEO. Then we have now we for the final part of the presentation, that's the content marketing fundamentals. So content marketing, by definition, is a marketing strategy used to attract, engage, and retain an audience by creating and sharing relevant content formats. So just to explain it, content marketing by definition, it's a marketing strategy. So, but it's a marketing strategy that's based on content. So the kind of when you're creating content. So the main role of content marketing is to attract, engage, and retain an audience by creating and sharing relevant content formats. It can be video, it can be social media posts, it can be blogs, it can be articles, it can be newsletters, and among other content formats. Maybe you can look at the different content formats that are out there. So the fundamentals of content marketing, or rather the idea behind content marketing, is you have to entertain, persuade, inspire, and educate. So, and while you're doing all these four things, you must also keep in mind the strategy. So what strategy do you have? Do you have for digital marketing for your business? So when you doing your strategy, you must always keep in mind the fundamentals. That is, you're there to entertain with your content, you're there to persuade with your content, you're there to inspire, and you're there to educate. So and then from all these four, then you're there to promotion comes in. So promote when you're doing content marketing, it's very important to keep in mind first offer value. As a first offer value, then sell. Don't go, don't do posts or do content that just speaks on, what you're selling, your products, buy now, sell now, just you have to keep in mind you're also providing value. So value should be at the center of your content marketing strategy. So so every target audience, target audience category almost always responds to brands that are centered on providing value, and that's what should be at the center of your content marketing strategy always. So for you to come up with a content marketing strategy, there are a few things you need to do. So how do you come up with an effective content marketing strategy? So because strategy is very vital in content marketing. So you can't just create content without having a strategy in mind. So because if you don't have a strategy, your content won't have success. You won't have any results from the content you're putting out. So how do you create an effective content marketing strategy? First of all, you must define your goals. Like, what do you want your content to do for you or for your business? What is the aim of this content in regards to your business and the goals you have for your business? So you must define them, all your goals, especially in relation to digital marketing. We have business goals and we also have digital marketing goals, and the two must always relate. They must always intertwine in one way or another. So what do you want to achieve in your business through content marketing? So that's what you should note down, and always make sure your goals are SMART goals, so they're specific. So don't be vague about your goals, because when you're vague about them, you don't know how to go about them, you don't know where to start, or even the measurement of results, the measurement of performance becomes a struggle, because your goals are not SMART goals. So what SMART goals basically means, are they specific? For example, a kind of a goal I would use, it's by the end of maybe March, we want to achieve, we want to grow our Instagram profile from 100 followers to 150 followers. So that's a specific goal, and it's very easy to measure it. Then they must be measurable. So measurable, that means for them to be measurable, you must have timing, and also you must have figures, like from maybe 100 followers to 150 followers. So they must be measurable, achievable. So don't don't put so much pressure on yourself when you're defining your goals. Make sure it's something that's very achievable. Also, when you're starting out in digital marketing, when you continue with the digital marketing efforts, you are able to understand what's within the realm of achievable. So if you if you don't be vague, and make sure your goals are very achievable. Then they must also be relevant. So what this means, they must be relevant to you, to your business, and also they must be relevant to your digital marketing efforts. So they must ultimately maybe lead to conversions. If it's a business, you must have conversions at the end of the day. You must have leads at the end of the day. And then they must be time bound. So that's why I said maybe for the next 1 month, for the next 2 months. This helps in measurement, and also measurement of performance, and also analytics. So that's the first thing you need to do: define your goals. Then establish your target audience and where they are in the buyer's journey. So you must understand who your target audience is. You must understand who you're selling to. So that's very important in content creation. Like, who are you selling to? How, like, in terms, who are you selling to? What are their ages? Where are they likely to be found? What are the pain points? So why do they need your product? What pain points are you solving with your product? So you must target audiences. Knowing your target audience, and also understanding where they are in the buyer's journey is very important in content marketing. You can't start, coming up with content out of the blues. You must understand who is this content for. You must put yourself in the eyes of your buyer or your target audience, generally. So who are you selling your products and services to? What are their pain points? Where are they in the buyer's journey? And also where, so the buyer's journey, it's basically, there's the awareness stage, there's the consideration stage, or the decision stage. With these stages, with these stages, you must create content that's that speaks to each and every stage of the buyer's journey. So if maybe a buyer is in the awareness stage, they don't know what they're they know what they're looking for. So they just, or they're not very sure what they're looking for. They're just on Google, they're trying to find maybe something like, what do I need maybe okay, or maybe let's say types of decorations I can use. They're not specific about what exactly they need, but they're just looking maybe for house decorations. That's very general. Then there's the consideration stage. The consideration stage is when now they are like, okay, they've narrowed down to, this is the product that I want. Maybe I want flowers, and you are the business that's providing those flowers for them. So you must come up with content in this consideration stage, to show them that you are the brand that they need to buy those flowers from, because you're providing the flowers, and your flowers are like this. What's your unique selling point? What makes your flowers different from the next vendor? So, and then there's also the decision stage. So in the decision stage, they have a few brands. They have not decided yet which brand to go with. So you must also have content for that stage. So the other thing you need to do is identify keywords by establishing the problem your business solves. So keyword generation is it's not vague. You must have a structure to it. So what I would advise is you identify the keywords by establishing the problem your business solves, and you establish the problem your business solves by having a unique selling point. So what is it that I offer that the next person does not offer? So first understand what pain points your target audience are trying to solve by wanting to purchase your product. So, and from there, when you understand those pain points, you're able to derive a few keywords that you can use for your business that speaks to that pain point. And when you have maybe a few keywords, that's when the keyword research tools come in, like the Moz, they answer the public, because they give you other keywords you can use for your content. Then you have to run a content audit. If, let's say, you've been trying to establish an online presence, or you already have like an online presence across maybe the social media platforms, and you also have a website, you need to run a content audit and understand what is it that I've put out there so far and how has it performed. So you must know everything you've put out there. You must go to analytics and understand how has this been performing, how has this content been performing. So from there, you're able to come up with a good strategy, because you see maybe it's not been performing well. And why has it not been performing well? Maybe it's because of ABCD. So moving on, when I'm in my next content marketing strategy, what do I need to do? What do I need to improve on? What kind of content has been missing from the content I've been putting out? So running up on that content audit is also very important. Then, the next thing is determining the content formats you will use. So determining the content formats you will use, it's also heavily reliant on the social media platforms you're using, on the kind of business you have, on the kind of website you have. So from there, you have to establish which content formats are ideal for you and your business. So though the one predominant content format and that has been performing very well for a very long time has been video. So for video, if you're starting out video and you don't know how to go about it, we have tools. You can use Canva, you can use Video, you can use InVideo. So they help you create they help you design videos easily. So the fifth step is determine the content format you'll use. So then from there, you can create a content calendar. Like I said, not having a content calendar or not having understanding how to schedule your content can be very overwhelming, especially if you have different accounts for different social media handles. So a content calendar it's very vital. So it also helps with helping you align your strategy. So because when you see the bigger picture of the direction your content is taking, and that would be maybe in a content calendar, you're able to align the missing things and just generally align your strategy. So, and it also helps you with the measurement of performance. So a content calendar, I'd say it's very, very vital. So then the seventh step is measure performance, do analytics, measure performance, do research, do competitor analysis, understand what your competitors are doing, how they're doing it, where they're doing it, and also find the gaps in their strategies. So because that's where you maximize on your strategy also. So if they've not been talking about something and it's maybe vital for your industry or the kind of business you guys have in common, that's where you need to maximize on. That's where you need to zero in on and do content on that area. Then also when you measure performance, you do research, competitor analysis, you go back to the drawing board again and now realign your strategy or start it afresh. So this is this is basically, I'd say, the 7 steps you need to come up with an effective content marketing strategy. So yeah, so obviously, digital marketing is very broad. There are very different aspects to it. So, and as a business, you have a lot of moving parts when it comes to digital marketing. So maybe you're doing social media, you have a website also, maybe an e-commerce site. You need to do SEO also for the e-commerce site. You need to do ads, paid advertising. So there are a lot of moving parts that you need to focus on simultaneously for you to get maybe conversions or your desired results. So the good thing is we have very many resources and guides and tools when it comes to digital marketing, and also understanding what you're supposed to be doing and aligning it with your business. So I'd say when you, because there's so much information out there, it can be like, can feel like you're just having an information dump. You don't know where to start, you don't know how to go about it. And I'd advise, first of all, understand, just do a target market research or a target audience research. First of all, define your product, understand your product, or if it's a service, understand it. Then from there, understand who are you selling to. So when you understand who you're selling to, most of the other things align. So when you understand who your target audience is, you understand what kind of social media platforms you need to be on. You understand what kind of keywords you need to be doing research on. You understand what kind of steps you need to take when you're coming up with your content marketing strategy. So it's, for me, I'd say the foundation of digital marketing for a business is, first of all, understand your product very well, define it very well, understand your unique selling point. What is it that you're offering that's unique from the next person who's also offering maybe the same product or service? So understand your unique selling point, your value proposition. Then from there, understand, just dive into who you're selling to, who is your target audience. So from there, I think pretty much everything else aligns with itself. Even when it comes to the tools, you understand what you're supposed to be using, what you have no business using. So when you feel the resources, the guides, the tools that are out there are overwhelming, there's so many, you don't know where to start, I'd say that that is how you you should go about it. Understand your business and who you're selling to. Then from there, you now understand which resource is for me, which guide is for me, which tool you should be using. So yeah, I don't know if you, so that's the end of the presentation basically. So you can connect with me on LinkedIn at Susan Karema. Then you can also visit the website, that's fingerprintdigispace.com, and get more information on digital marketing, especially if you're a small business, what you need to be doing, how to go about it. So yeah, you can visit the site and see. Then so that is the end of the presentation. I'll pass it over to Fatoumata and maybe share something for her to take over.
Okay. At first, I'd like to start by saying thank you for taking us to the session. Just want to remind people, this will be an overview, and in the future, we're planning to have a more in-depth discussion on fundamental digital marketing, and we're planning to go more into each category that was mentioned today. Yeah, and I'd also like to open up the session to questions and comments from anyone. Yes. I can start. So, Susan, you had mentioned Canva, and I wanted to ask what exactly you had said. I didn't hear properly. I wanted to ask what exactly I would use it for and how it would benefits my business or my, you understand what I mean? Like how I would use it for digital marketing.
Okay, so there are different ways you can use Canva. So if you need you need an Instagram post, Canva. If you need a Facebook post, Canva. If you need a reel, Canva. If you need a video, Canva. Like if you need also your CV, go to if you need to readjust your CV, Canva, because Canva basically has a lot of templates, like templates across the board. So if you need I'd say reels either for Instagram or Facebook, if you need to create your stories, if you need creating your portfolio, Canva is it's basically an all-in-one platform when it comes to design, because graphic design can be a bit hectic. So because you need to learn it, but Canva, what it does, it provides you with templates. So if you need maybe to create an Instagram reel, you have templates to choose from. So what you'll be doing is just maybe adjusting the wording, adjusting the maybe your logo if you need to add your logo, adjusting changing the images if probably you need to put the image of your product. So that's what basically Canva does. I don't know if I've answered your question in depth.
Yes, it's that was well
Okay,
understood.
okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Zawal, you have a question. It appears Zawal is unable to unmute. Does anyone else have a question, a comment? Okay, Eunice.
Thank you so much, Susan, for taking us through the session. This has been very, very insightful, albeit it felt like a heavy session, because I was just wondering, can all this be done by one person? And that's the question I actually wanted to ask you. Do you think one person can be able to set up the FBO for an organization, still be able to run content online, still be able to sustain the numbers and do the analytics? Or once you set up these things, do they run on their own, or are you still the one who has to keep track of it? Yes, I hope my question has been understood.
Yeah, your question is understood, and it's a very, very good question. So currently I'm doing everything I'd say right now in my role, because being a digital marketing specialist is basically means you have to be conversant with all the different areas of digital marketing. So how I go about it, it's a lot. You're right, it's a lot of it's a lot of work. So when it comes to social media, how I go about it, it's I have I have maybe I give myself maybe 2 3 days for social media. So the first day is coming up with content. So maybe I'm coming up with content for like the first 2 weeks. So I come up with content, I do research, and I understand the keywords I need to use. Then from there, I understand what kind of content the target audience wants, how I'm able to provide value with my content. So I plan it out on a Google Sheet document. So I plan it out maybe for the first 2 weeks. Then that's maybe the first day. Then the second day, I'm on Canva. I'm just doing the designs for the different content formats. Maybe I've decided that for my Facebook post, I'll focus on the Facebook post that you see on the feed, and maybe I'll do stories. So the second day, it's design on Canva. Then once you do those two, you go now to the social media marketing tools for scheduling your content. So you schedule everything, and once you schedule everything, you know when it's running, you're good. So you can at least take social media off your mind, but not completely, because you need to answer to you need to answer to the comments. You must make sure engagement is on point. So So basically what that does, it makes your work easier. It makes work easier. So when you go into social media, you're just going to check how is the post performing, who has said anything or about anything. So that's what you do. You first of all come up with the content, you design, then you schedule it. Now what that does, it gives you space to think about now the other aspects. So maybe I'm assuming you already have a website. You already have a website. So have you done like it gives you now an opportunity to design, no, to understand what you need to be doing in terms of SEO on your website. So you shift from social media. Once you're done with social media, just you're done now to check on engagement, on the post performance, go to the website, do your SEO, do whatever you need to be doing. Then from there, you just need to really really be organized. But can it all be done? Yes, and it's very hectic. So but you really need to be organized, even though it means this is my week of social media content. Just make sure that week is for social media content. The second week I'm focusing on my website. Just make sure your second week you're focusing on your website. Then if maybe the third week I'm looking at paid advertising, how or like paid advertising, Facebook ads, Instagram ads. Do I need them for my brand or my business? Yeah. So it's very it's doable, but it's very hectic, and you also need to be constantly learning because digital marketing is a very, I'd say, volatile field in terms of like there's new technology that's coming in. You need to be constantly updated. Right now we have the AIs and how they're affecting digital marketing and how you can use them. I'm sure you've all heard of ChatGPT and also this Quillbolt. So that the one I've mentioned. So you also have to understand the trends that are happening and how they affect your business. So yeah, I don't know if I've answered your question. It can be done, but you have to be very organized. Yeah, and it's very hectic. And a tool I would suggest for you while you're doing if you're trying to tackle everything, Trello is very important for you so that at least you can understand what you're doing, what you need to be doing. And you can also give yourself timelines on Trello, and it's free. So you need, if you're doing it alone, I'd say you need tools. You need a lot of digital marketing tools to help you so that you can focus on everything. You can give attention to everything. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I believe you answered my question well. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm seeing Jennifer also has a question.
Hi, Susan.
Hi.
I had a question. You mentioned you're supposed to create content depending on the site you're posting on. So, what if, like, let's say in my case, I'm a lazy creator? Is it okay for me to use the same content I use on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook? Or should I switch it up?
Yeah. No, it's okay. Especially if you're overwhelmed, it's okay. But I'd say when you're doing the captions, you can play around with the captions in different social media platforms. Because if you're not going to change the design, change at least something about it. But you can. It's not a crime to use the same post or the same images or video across different platforms. It's not a crime. But why guys suggest you know you should curate content according to the platform. It's basically for better performance. So, for example, TikTok, the kind of videos or the kind of content that guys do around TikTok. It's not necessarily the same as Twitter. So, just if you're not going to change the image or the post, play around with the captions. So if you play around with the captions, it makes it look a bit fresh, a bit different. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And then I was
Yeah.
also asking
Mhm.
in, I'd say, is it TikTok or Instagram? Even on Twitter, when these memes come out, sometimes organizations tailor the memes to the products they're selling, but some memes can be offensive.
Yeah.
So, yet some people still find a creative way of twisting the offensiveness to appeal to the client.
Yeah.
How can somebody do that? Like, how would you advise somebody to find a way of creating them, tailoring the content in the meme to suit whatever it is they intend to pass?
So using memes is very important because when I say the fundamentals of content marketing, entertaining is vital also. You can't just, educate and you're not maybe inspiring or entertaining at one point. So how do you tailor your the memes? So it all goes back down to who are you creating the meme for? Also, who is your target audience? Who do you want to see the meme? So what would they be offended by? What would they gravitate towards? So just put yourself in the shoes of your target audience. Just be very specific as possible. So I'd say, if I'm selling a product like what wigs, um, obviously it's the females who need the wigs, ages from maybe 17 to across the board, maybe to even 60s. What would they like? What do they gravitate towards? So just put yourself. I'd say for you to understand how you need to tailor the meme, just put yourself in the shoes of your target audience completely, and then from there you'll understand how do I need to tailor it. What would they find offensive? So from there, it's very, I think, easy to tailor the meme. Hey,
Okay.
question.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, does anyone else have a question or a comment to make? Okay, if there are no further questions, I would like to invite the team to speak and say something small. Okay, we can start with.
Hi guys, hope you are well. We decided to share a machine so that we don't have the echo that we normally experience from multiple devices. And also, sorry, I joined a bit late. We're just from another training right now, so we might have missed one or two parts of the session. But the latter parts, that we got, yeah, that has really been something, Susan. Thanks a lot for that. Just a comment when you touched on the power of AI, when you're talking about following the trends, following the maybe what things like ChatGPT are doing, you reminded me of other AI tools that we normally see being used for the kind of content creation, digital marketing, things like there's another interesting one called Midjourney, Midjourney AI, where you can describe exactly how you want maybe an image to look like. You can say maybe a horse running through the streets of Nairobi, and then it will generate for you. It will simply generate for you some nice images of Nairobi, and say maybe different images of a horse, different variations. It's usually a nice one. So for those of us who may not be creative enough to use things like Illustrator, Photoshop to try and create concepts, that's something you may want to explore. There's usually Midjourney AI, there's usually Stability AI. So describe an image of, you simply go describe an image of what you want to be created for, and simple. Within an instance, an AI has already generated for you whatever you want it to be. So in terms of when you mentioned that, I was thinking that it would be useful in terms of social media marketing, whereby there is usually an element of freshness that is required, an element of a bit of creativity. So I think such tools may come in handy to those of us who may want to explore. Uh, Otherwise, thank you. I'm Frederick, member of the Data Claim team, and it was good to catch up with us again, guys. Have a nice day.
Okay. Thank you for that.
So okay, sorry. I want to I have something to add on when it comes to the AI tools. When you're using the AI tools, so one of the things that happened this year when it comes to the AI tools, because search engines understood that like AI tools are here to stay. So what now they're very keen on when it comes to SEO, or when it comes to SEO and also content in general, they're very keen on like the originality of your content. So if you copy everything exactly as it is from maybe ChatGPT, you'll be flagged by the search engine. So in as much as you're using these AI tools, you must tailor them to your business, your goals, your unique selling points. Don't just use the AI tools, especially the ones for writing content and content ideas. Don't use them as they are, because one of the trends is for, especially for Google, there'll be, that kind of content will not be ranking. So just be very intentional when you're using AI tools for digital marketing.
Thank you for that, Susan. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Next, I would like to call Eunice to introduce herself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Eunice, and I'm also part of the Data Claim team. Susan, thank you so much for taking us through the session on fundamentals of digital marketing. It has been a learning experience. I hope to utilize one or two things that I have learned from this session today. Thank you.
Okay, Zawel. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm seeing we're having some issues. I would also like to say we have some team members who aren't around. Jennifer was here and she had to leave. And we also have CPA Jashon, who had other engagements and was unable to make it. But yes, I'm seeing time is running out. So on the chat, Jennifer has posted a link to our WhatsApp group where we share information, not spamming, just information on trainings and webinars and opportunities that you can use to upskill yourself. There's also kindly please follow us on our socials. So that we have Instagram and Twitter. And for every webinar, the videos are usually posted on YouTube, so you can follow up on that in case you missed one that you would have wanted to attend. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Susan, again. It was a very nice and insightful webinar. Yes, thank you everyone for joining, and I hope you learned and gained value today.
Thank you for having me. It was very nice being here. So thank you for that. Yeah.
You're free to leave at your pleasure. Have a nice rest of your day.